Hey Flosstube, how you guys doing? Long time no see, ish. A little bit more than 2 weeks. I try to film every 2 weeks or so, and it's been a little bit longer than that. So, just been a little busy lately. I need to get my taxes ready, and I've been procrastinating on that. And then I've been wanting to stitch instead, and then I sit in front of my stitching and feel bad because I'm not doing my taxes, so I don't stitch much either. I did get a good bit of progress that I'll show you at some point today. But yeah, that'll be later. I don't have a lot to show you today. I have a fair few things to talk about, but not a lot to show you. So sorry for you visual people. You auditory people will be very happy though. So I've got a little bit of haul to show you. I want to talk about Chatelaines a little bit. There's some sales going on. I want to talk about some stuff that I'm starting, which you guys had seen, last video. And if you follow my Instagram, I've done a fair few floss tosses on there. And then yeah, I've got a couple orders coming in and just kind of plans for how the year is going to progress. And figure I should note now, I'm approaching the 1-year Flosstube anniversary for posting on this channel. So happy birthday to the channel. So that's kind of cool. And I'm trying to think of something cool to do for it. So let me know if you guys have any requests. I was thinking of maybe doing a fabric tour or a Clay by Kim tour, or I'm starting to film a craft layer tour. I filmed the before and I'm slightly embarrassed because I decided, you know what, I'm not even going to clean this. I'm just going to leave it messy, because when you start, reorganizing, you make a bigger mess before things start looking clean. It was in like that state and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to start filming. And then when I was watching the footage back, I'm like, so I got the first part done. I'm not quite done. Like I got some new furniture and I'm starting to get things shuffled around a little bit. It's starting to look a lot better. But I'm not ready for the after thing. So, I'll have that at some point. So maybe that will be, the Flosstube anniversary thing that we do. But I've got a little bit of haul, just a little bitty bit. So let's go over that first. And there's this chart that as soon as it came out, I ordered it. Triton from Bella Filipino. Yes, I love him. It's a merdude. We don't have enough merdudes. And I love the fabric he's on. I think it suits him really well. But I'm envisioning framing all my mermaids and kind of putting them in proximity to each other. And a lot of mine are on this ish type fabric. So I'm thinking maybe try something a little different. I don't know. I do love that fabric though. I think I'm just gonna have to look it up and find what it is. And I am kind of playing with the idea of doing some fabric dyeing. So maybe I'll just do something myself. I'm not sure opalescent on him. I don't know. I'm back and forth on it. We'll see. One thing I am thinking about is on Married with Stitches. I think I get Christian and Derek mixed up sometimes, but I think Christian's stitching this with a skin conversion to African skin tones, and it looks so good. So I kind of want to steal that idea. That, and, we don't get many mermen, much less African skin tone mermen. And I was also thinking of converting a mermaid. I think Gypsy Mermaid would be a cool one to convert for that one. She's a redhead, and I don't know, I'll probably leave it red, but still, just thinking about some conversions and some new things to start. And I ordered this guy in, it was on Etsy, and there was a kit kind of, and it was just like specialty fibers, beads, no fabric, no floss, DMC floss. And there were so many delays, like we're having all this fabric and thread, textile type delays, that she said, I don't want to keep holding this. Do you want me to just send you the chart? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So that's why it took me so long. Some people have got this finished already, which good for you guys. Okay, this is kind of boring, but something I picked up. Having start-itis for the most part, I was like, I need some more of the Velcro that I can put on my fabric to attach them to my scroll bars. And I'm kind of liberating myself. Back in the day when I was kind of a baby stitcher and I first started using scroll frames, I only had so many, and I didn't want to buy one for every project, but I also didn't want to go through the pain of removing something from the scroll frames and putting something else on, because I like to just pick up my work and go. So that's one reason why I like the Velcro. It's fairly easy to get it back on the bar straight and then roll it up and away you go. You don't have to get it through the slats and the bars and worry about the fabric slip. Like, that was just a pain to me. That, and I feel like it roughed your fabric up to an extent, so I didn't want to do it over and over again. So I'm kind of like going a little wild because I'm like, you don't have to buy more scroll rods. You just need more of this stuff and you can start as much stuff as you want. So I'm getting a little cray with that. So yeah, I got the big one. This is 12 yards. Woo! So that'll last me a little while, depending on how big the projects are. This piece, this is a kit, and I'd never bought from this company before. It's called Riolis, and I had spotted this on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, I want that. So it's a peacock, and I love that it's a bell pull. It's so pretty. And this is Elegant Beauty, or Eastern Beauty. Eastern Beauty. I don't have my glasses on because the glare from the window that I'm sitting in front of was annoying me. So I'm nerfed vision-wise right now. So pardonnez-moi, s'il vous plaît. So then this has wool acrylic threads, which I've never worked with before, but I'm down to try it. It does look a little fuzzy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a little fuzzy looking. So I don't know about that. I do think she needs some metallics. So yeah, we're gonna go metallics. I don't think I'm gonna use that. Obviously the fabric with that's Ada, so I ain't using that, but I'm thinking maybe a different color. Cream's just so boring. Okay, so speaking of fabric, here's another piece that I got, and everybody, it seems, is stitching Bellatrix by Bella Filipina. It's basically she's a witch, sorceress, whatever. I have her, and I'm starting to kind of kit her up. I'm kind of like, because so many people are stitching on her, I'm kind of reluctant to start mine, but everybody's doing her on so many different fabrics that I'm kind of like, what fabric do I want to do her on? And there's a lot of people doing her on a galaxy type fabric, and I think that looks really cool. And I spotted this fabric on Etsy, but there's a problem with it, because on the screen when I was buying it, there was like a close-up, and then there was this, it looked like 4 different, like maybe the 4 different possibilities of what the fabric could look like, but actually it's a printed fabric, and it's printed that way. So there's this hard line here in the middle, which is kind of annoying, but the fabric's not useless, because if you look at it kind of like in these sectionals, like this one especially, I still think I can use it. And I'm thinking for this one, it would be kind of cool if I did one of the pixie witches from Nora Corbe. I think that would be pretty cool for this. So yeah, and I can't remember the shop that I got this from, but sorry. So that's mostly it for the haul. I do have a few other orders that are out there. I made another 1, 2, 3 stitch order. I got some fabric. I did pick up some other charts. One thing I picked up was Mermaid perfume, the newest Mermaid from Mirabella. I was kind of waffling on her. Her tail is a little extra, you know, to me. Not to like bemoan and complain about the design, you know, like you don't like the design, don't stitch it, you know, kind of thing. But it's more an anatomical thing. Like I have a background in science, and a lot of it's heavy in anatomy, and also in aquatic life. And her tail, like, it would take too much work for you to be able to swim with that tail, because it's so flowy. Like she'd be like, I don't know, kind of like a butterfly goldfish, you know, like she'd need to be in some stagnant water, because if she was in a high current, she'd be gone like a kite in the wind. But I've seen some close-ups of her, and I've decided, you know what, I dig her. So I got her. I'm sure she's on the way at least. And then I've got some fabric and some beads, and oh gosh, I don't think I ordered any whisper this time. I'm trying to stop on the whisper kick that I was on last video. So also last video, I mentioned I was doing some shopping for my birthday. So I've ordered some fabrics from Fabrics by Stephanie. And then I ordered a chatelaine kit, 2 chatelaine kits actually, from European Cross Stitch. I ordered beaded toadstool tile because I just think it's weird and cute and I like it. And I ordered Poison Garden because it's witchy and creepy and wicked, and I like that too. So I ordered those. But speaking of chatelaines, there are 2 sales going on right now with chatelaines. So if you are into chatelaines, but you're kind of put off by the price of like the PDFs and the kits, now is your time. Because today is April 4th. It's Easter. Happy Easter, everybody that celebrate it. And there is a sale from the European Cross Stitch who sells the kits, and that sale is on until April 15th. The other sale is with the Chatelaine Designs, where you can get the PDFs, and that is good until the 8th. So I think the code is Equinox. If you follow their Instagram or go on their webpage, I'm sure it's there. So you can get the charts for 20% off, and you can get the kits for 10% off. So now is a perfect time for you guys to go after your Chatelaines. But right now, like on all the Chatelaine boards and stuff like that, everybody's talking about, what am I gonna get? This is what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? You know, so here's my list basically. Because it's a sale, so of course I'm getting something. I am probably most likely getting from the kits Mushroom and Fern Mandala, because I really like that. It's been high up on the list for a while. And I will probably at least get one other little thing, but I would love to get Hawaiian Mandala, but that one's a pricey one. And chart-wise, I think I'm going to get the Irish Mandala, and I'm thinking of getting the Rainforest Quilt, because that one's a pricey one, because it's pretty big. It's like got 12, sorry, 4x3 squares with images, and it's got like a border around it, but I'm not fancying stitching it like a quilt. I'm kind of thinking I'd like to stitch it as like ornaments. So I'm getting the chart. The kit is outrageously expensive too, because it's big, so it's got a lot of stuff in it, you know, and the stuff in it's not cheap, so that's why the prices are high, you know, it's just math. But I'm thinking of maybe doing them piece by piece. So I'm fancying that idea. But one reason I'm kind of trying to restrain myself a little bit on buying the kits is, one thing that's been taking up my time the past few weeks is I'm planning a trip. So 2 trips actually. Me and my son are going to South Florida, and you know, we'll be down in Key Largo at some point, because we're going to drive the Keys. I think that's going to be a really cool drive. But Key West is basically Caribbean. And then my friend and I, later in the year, we're planning on going to Aruba and maybe Belize. We haven't nailed everything down. Aruba is definitely a target, because I want to hang out on the beach with flamingos. And then Belize, we're thinking, because we're looking for like jungle and ocean, you know, same thing. So, and this is my first time traveling with someone. Usually I travel by myself and do what the hell I want, you know, so this is kind of new to me, having to be like, hey, do you want to do this? What's your budget? You know, like trying to make all that stuff match up is a thing. But speaking of, you know, Caribbean, I have the Caribbean Mandala and the kit, and I had bought fabric, but I didn't like it. So planning this trip though is bumping that up higher on my to start list. So I'm a little bit more intensely looking for the fabric for it. Also, when I ordered the kit, I ordered it without NPIs, and I mean, there was only 6 NPIs in it, you know, so it wasn't a lot. And I thought, save some money and ditch the NPIs, no big deal. But I'm approaching that point in my stitching career, whatever you want to call it, where this is my leisure activity with my hands. My work involves a lot of use of the hands. So for my leisure, I want to spoil my hands. And stitching with silk is one of the ways that I do that. So I'm thinking of, when I order my kits, I'm thinking of asking Cindy if she'll kit up the NPIs for the Caribbean Mandala so that I can use them. I'll ask her first, of course, but she has done stuff like that before in the past and been okay with it. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. So yeah, I'm gonna take a drink of my coffee real quick here. I had the hiccups earlier, and I'm afraid they're gonna come back, so I was like, I'm gonna keep drinking stuff. So, yes, there's that. So things to start. Caribbean Mandala is bumping up there. I know Rainforest Lace has been so high for so long, but I'm conflicted about the fabric. I want to love it. Chatelaines are expensive. The kits are expensive. The charts are fairly complex. I am not stitching them over, so I want to be 100% in love with the fabric that I'm stitching them on. So I've decided to pump the brakes and wait till I have fabric that I'm in love with to start that one. Also, I'm having lots of technological issues with printing my charts from Chatelaine, because I'm a hard copy person. And it's getting to the point, it's basically my computer that's the problem. It's a dinosaur, you know, so I'm kind of thinking maybe this is a sign that I need to start converting to using PDFs. So that might be a thing that I do too. But other things I'm looking at starting is some Teresa Wenslers. I went floss shopping at Joann's because there was a sale. There are 2 Teresa Wenslers in here and Bellatrix floss in here. Now, when there's a floss sale, I tend to grab a couple charts that you're wanting to start to and go and grab the floss for them. Just because there's a sale, not necessarily because I want to start them next week, you know, because I don't have fabric for any of these designs for the most part. But the short list is I want to start Teresa Wensler's English Garden Sampler. That's the one with the peacocks. I'm going to do that on kind of a neutral fabric, so that one will be easy. Someone I'd seen on Snarky and Nerdy cross-stitching group on Facebook, they had posted it with, instead of the alphabet in the sampler, they put home sweet fucking home, and I thought that was funny. So I'm going to put something snarky in mine too. It's not going to be that quote. I got to see if it fits first, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking for that. And then I also want to start Fortunate Traveler, and I'm thinking of going with like a parchment kind of natural. I want it metallic or opalescent. So I'm just looking for the right shade for that, but that one's getting kitted up. Also, one that has been kitted up is Teresa Wensler's Dragon Ride. That has basically been kitted up since last year when I started filming these videos. I have some fabric that I'm thinking of. I don't really want to do it on a neutral. I have stitched that piece before and I did it on a neutral, and I want to do it on something fun, you know? So I've got a couple pieces that I'm entertaining, but I don't know if, I'm not committed to them yet. One of them I'm really close to being like, yes, just do it on this one. So that might happen. Okay, and then my Queen Mermaid. How about I just go ahead and show her to you? So, and you guys can also see my 2 latest Clay by Kims that I have gotten, because they're on here, because I tend to like having the newest Clay by Kim on my work so I can like stare at it and bond with it. So grab this here. So here is my progress on the Queen Mermaid. So I basically got the stem of her tail done. And I've started the, oh, I don't even know what this stuff is called. It's like, it looks like fabric, but I think it's attached to her. So I'm going to just call it her fin train or something. So I'm working on that right now. I haven't done, there's a metallic in this tail I haven't done just because it's down here too. And I kind of want to do it at the same time. It's got this little bit of hair growing out of her hip, which I think is funny. I would like to start her hair because I'm going to be stitching her skin over one, and that is not my most favorite thing to do in the world. So I'm kind of avoiding it for the most part. Also, I would like to get these, is it Splenda silks, where there's a card and it's got like a range of flesh tones that you can use. I kind of want to do that for her skin just because more silk, why not? And I like stitching the skin over one because it gives it kind of a different like skin-like texture. So I wonder if the silk would, you know, contribute to that effect as well. So, but that's how far I got. And you know, it's a decent bit of progress. I just had a little spit of white done. Mirabilis, for the most part, they stitch up really quick. And it struck me when I was working on this, the times that I actually was working on it, that if I just sat my ass down and stitched on this thing, I could probably get it done fairly quickly. But because I was in procrastination guilt zone, you know, I didn't get as much done as I would have liked to. So, but the Clay by Kims, here's my newest. I love this one. It's so cute. And this is the Pansy Dragon. And I love that it's got like yellow gold colors because I don't have very many dragons in that color. And then this is the one I got before that. This is the Sakura Cherry Blossom. And I have this one on here because I like having my latest on here so I can kind of check it out and bond with it, welcome it to the little flock. And I have the previous newest one because I don't want it to feel bad for getting demoted. So, and then this one I have on here because it matches the purples. This is my Sugar Plum Dragon. And then this one is my Peacock, and she's there because I adore her. So, but yeah. Don't be cranky about Clay by Kims, by the way. The last time I tried to get one, I failed. You know, like I struck out. Happens to all of us. You just really have to be lucky. Like that's all there is to it. But do let me know if you guys want a tour of my Clay by Kims, you know, but because I don't want to like rub it in anyone's face, like, oh, look at all the Clay by Kims I have. But I thought it would be kind of a cool video, especially for like the anniversary, because, you know, I've been floss tubing almost for a year now. I think it was middle of April when I started. I'll have to check the date. But at that point, I only had 2 Clay by Kims. And now I think I have 19 dragons and 4 non-dragons. I've got one more on the way. When I struck out on the last one, I got a pansy flower, which that'll be my first flower. So that's really cool. So I'm excited about that. So my collection has blown up a lot since I started filming floss tubes. And I don't want to like film it to like rub it in anyone's face, like, oh, look what I got, even though I am very proud of what I have, you know, and I adore my collection, you know. So it's more like to inspire hope, because when I started this, I only had 2 and I had bought them off eBay, you know, and I bought 2 more off eBay too. So like, it's more to inspire hope. Like, hey, if you keep trying, you can eventually get them, you know. So that's kind of what my thoughts on that are. That, and I love seeing people's Clay by Kims. I love when people share their collections. I like seeing them, even though they are hard to get. And sometimes someone shows one and it's like, ooh, I really wanted one of them and I couldn't get one. You know, I still like seeing them, you know. So let me know your thoughts on that. That could be a fun video to do, I think. So, but yeah, got the Craft Lair tour coming soon. Still a work in progress. I'll probably do a lot of that today. I'm feeling very spring cleany because spring is starting to finally act like spring, even though here in Ohio, a few days ago, it snowed. How rude. On the daffodils, nonetheless. The daffodils, those are ballsy flowers. Like, they pop up and they get snowed on all the time and they just don't care. They're like, screw you guys. Spring is here. This is our moment. Go away, snow. You know, like, I don't know. I just think they're ballsy little flowers. I think that's cool. But so, let me know what videos you guys would like to see. Hope you guys have been having a good spring. Those of us that are in spring, you know, those of you in the southern hemisphere, it's going the other way for you. But yeah, let me know what you guys are planning. Mania is coming up and it's going to be the last Mania. I'm thinking I'm going to go hard for Mania. Not necessarily because it's Mania and it's the last Mania. I have a lot of stuff I want to start, and I usually just start what I want when I want to start it. But I'm thinking maybe just blast it out for the last Mania, just to have like a last hurrah, and it's an excuse to start all the stuff I want to start. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see there. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.